reaction.
Andor Season 2, a.k.a. Andor what?
And
Because
nice.
it always just looks like the words and or. So I
Star
just
Wars
call it
Andor
what?
Yeah.
Andor ... or Season 2 starts tomorrow.
Now, are you all caught up?
Tomorrow is Sturday. Yes, I am caught up. I do not remember most of Season 1, just that it was banging.
Yeah, I remember you liked it a lot.
So hopefully Season 2 starts and it's like, here's what happened. Like, here's our recap.
I feel bad because when that came out, it was like Star Wars overload.
Mm-hmm.
And not just Star Wars overload because they made so many great Star Wars things, but like so many shitty Star Wars
So many
things.
Star Wars things.
Right.
Yeah, good
Some
or
were
bad.
good and some were not. Most were not.
No, even Mandalorian Season 3, I don't think
didn't
was
finish
revered
that.
as much as like its premiere because everyone's just burned down on Star Wars.
That's what it was, I think, more than anything.
Like, we just got to stop doing Star Wars.
And people always
Finish
equate
what we started.
Yes.
Yeah.
So people always equate that to like comic book fatigue and others, but Star Wars is a little different because
It's been around movie-wise.
but they're doing stories in this circle.
Right.
Over and over and
can't get
over.
away from
and they
Luke
had this
Skywalker.
whole universe. So Star Wars fatigue is like, why are we not doing?
Yeah.
It's always still now like, oh, we're doing different, but it's all still kind of goes
It's
back
all kind of
to the same thing.
Yeah. Well, Andor isn't. It's one of the only things that's not
Practical
doesn't have
sets.
anything to do with Luke Skywalker.
Just like Rogue One.
Yeah, just like Rogue One,
Which
which
is the
was
best.
like the last good Star Wars movie. You know,
The two best
So-
of the new movies, and I know people shit on the Solo movie, but like,
Solo's really bad though.
but it's bad in a fun Star Wars
But
way.
it's just as bad as like the new trilogy.
See, I don't agree with that. I think it's bad in the original Star Wars bad way, not in the new trilogy garbage. I still think Rogue One is the best one that they've done.
Yeah,
By 1,000
in the
miles.
last 10 years,
Yeah,
15 years.
all the new ones. It's definitely the number one.
Yeah,
I think all the trilogy movies suck.
yeah. I do not like whatever we were just talking about. What movie did you just say?
Oh, Solo.
Yeah, Solo.
I know that
sucks.
they ham-fisted a lot of the connection things, but it still felt like a Star Wars movie more than the new movies feel like.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
It has the vibe, the spirit of
Right.
Star Wars more
Right.
than the new trilogy does, especially
Yeah.
after the first one.
So we'll have maybe a review for Andor Season 1.
Yeah, we should do
We're gonna
even if
attack
it's a
season
podcast
2.
thing. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, it's Star Wars Celebration, so we got plenty of Star Wars news to get through.
All the way
Diego
through.
Luna promises a very tragic ending to Andor.
Because it leads right into the movie,
Because
right?
it leads right into the movie.
Which leads right into the Star Wars: A New Hope.
Right. So,
That's
yeah,
why
I
this
guess
is
that is
awesome.
tragic, but he's not wrong. That's not a spoiler.
No, and
This
and
is tragic, you know?
I just can't think of how it almost. You feel like it should end happy though, because we know how the movie ends. And the movie
Mhm.
doesn't end happy.
Mhm.
So when you end the show happy, thinking that things are, but I guess the movie picks
He's
up
kind
with
of down
them.
on his luck.
Yeah, it picks
at
up
the
with them
beginning
trying to
of it.
assert. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
So this Rolling Stone article says, after a decade-long run as one of the most layered and tragic characters to ever pilot a starship in a certain distant galaxy, Diego Luna is finally ready to say goodbye to Cassian Andor. I'm like, we've seen him twice. We've seen him
Because he did the movie 10 years ago.
twice.
Yeah. And
But
then,
Rolling Stones is like, this decade-long character who's been enriched for the past 10 years. We've seen two things.
Mhm.
One thing is directly related to the other thing. So it's really one thing. Just an
Yeah, it's
extended.
just like a lot. It's the
just an
prequel.
extended.
This is a prequel to Rogue
Right.
One.
So
Yeah.
I get having to fluff your article, but to be like one of the most enriching, tragic characters. Like
No, it's actually a shame he didn't get more.
I
stuff
hated
to
Cassian
do.
Andor in Rogue One.
Oh,
I thought
really?
he was terrible. Yeah. Now I like him, you know.
Okay.
But like when I first watched it, I'm like, fuck this movie, you know. Where's Luke?
Fuck this movie.
Where's Anakin? You know. Where is Anakin? Anakin, Hayden Christensen,
Nice.
is returning
When he does it.
to
it's
Ahsoka
fine.
season 2. It's the same video. It's not a different video. When it's the same video, it's
Screw it.
fine. It's fine.
He was ready for me to say something.
Yeah, Hayden Christensen. We didn't know there was an Ahsoka season 2 even being
that's-
talked about. So
Which that's your thing. You love Ahsoka.
I love Ahsoka as the character. The show I did like, but I didn't love. You know what I mean?
But you like the casting, right?
Yeah, the casting was really good.
She's great, right?
Yes, Rosario Dawson can do no wrong.
Okay. All right.
That's why I think they should have brought her back for Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah, why isn't she in
I don't know. Why isn't she in Daredevil? Be brave, Disney. Be brave. Hayden Christensen will reprise his role as Anakin Skywalker. We last saw him in Obi-Wan.
Was he in the first season of Ahsoka? You don't
Maybe.
remember?
Yes, he was
There you
actually.
go. That's probably the last
Yeah, he
place I
was.
saw him.
Yeah. So Ahsoka then.
I think that came out after Obi-Wan.
Okay.
See
Ahsoka.
what we say by too much Star Wars stuff? It's like, when did this thing come out?
Yeah, I forgot Obi-Wan even existed. Ahsoka I watched. We didn't watch The Sith one, Acolyte.
Yeah.
That was garbage.
It got canceled.
That was garbage. The
There's
second
that
they killed
Jude
off
Law
Carrie-Anne
one,
Moss-
right?
Oh yeah.
There's so
Skeleton
many,
Crew.
So many Star Wars.
We didn't even
things.
watch Skeleton Crew, and I love Jude Law.
I know, I do too. I think he's
And
a
then
great
it wasn't
actor,
enough
but
to
it's
get me to watch a Star
amazing.
Wars thing because I don't care anymore. I don't like Star Wars. I
And
don't.
that's why. Yeah,
It's run its course. I think it's run its course. I don't think we need any more Star Wars stuff.
I think
but
they needed a legit break. Not like, hey, we haven't made movies for a while, but yeah, but then you made now look.
They're basically banking on Andor being the last hope, like of Star Wars. Like if that doesn't hit,
I think the Mandalorian's their
yeah,
real Hail Mary.
last Hail Mary.
And that'll make money
True.
because it's
True.
even though Pedro Pascal's become overexposed and it's begun.
Yes.
The hate avalanche for
I
him.
totally
has begun.
forgot he's Mandalorian. So when they're filming Last of Us season 2, when they or season 3, when they finish that, he'll need to go film Secret Wars, and when they finish Secret Wars, they'll need to film Mandalorian season 4, unless this is the final.
I think this will be it.
Really?
I think so.
You think the movie is where they end that arc? That would be.
If they're smart,
That
so
would be
maybe
good.
not.
Now we did get footage for
Mhm.
Mandalorian Grogu at Disney Star Wars Celebration, action heavy. So
I
I'm
expect
assuming a lot of like
all the highlights from the series, lots of
all the
Chewie
highlights
and
from the series.
Stacey.
Yeah.
I'm sure a Jedi will show up or two.
Yeah, and it is John Favreau, so it's like
Yeah, he's a
you
great director,
know,
and I have faith in
I
him.
think I'll
so.
have faith in that movie. I don't think I have faith in many other Star Wars things coming up other than Andor season 2, which starts this week, and I'm so excited for. And they time that good. You know, it comes out during Celebration. Everyone's still got their Disney Plus subscription for Daredevil.
That's true.
You know, so might as well release another
Might as
show
well
to keep the
renew
high
it.
going.
Then you got May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll announce a shit
Yeah, I
ton of more
thought they
stuff.
did Star Wars Celebration on May the 4th.
Yeah, I feel like it's Star Wars weeks now or whatever.
Okay.
Because they start it now.
Star Week.
Yeah.
Star
Star
Week,
month.
Star
pretty
month.
much.
The reel they played
Okay.
for Mandalorian and Grogu, Mandalorian and Grogu, showed a mystery character played by Sigourney Weaver.
Are we mashing Alien Universe with Star
Ripley.
Wars? That'd be awesome.
Ripley confirmed for
I would spice it up.
Mandalorian and Grogu. That'd be cool as fuck. Mandalorian has to fight a xenomorph with Grogu.
That'd be quick though. That'd be like a movie of the week for him.
Yeah, you just slash him,
Yeah.
just cut him in half with
That-
his
that
fucking
was
laser
easy.
sword. Yeah. Jeremy Allen White as Rada the Hutt, son of crime lord Jabba the Hutt, is also featured in the sizzle reel.
Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah.
Is that one of those things like they got
Jeremy-
Justin Long to play Alvin?
Jeremy Allen White.
Right. But I mean, like Justin Long was Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks, but his voice was turned into a chipmunk, and you would have never had any idea that.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
So is he
Anyone
like-
can play a Hutt. I did the
That's
Hutt
like-
impression earlier today.
That's what I'm saying. So is that all it's
Yeah.
gonna be?
Yeah, that's
Come
literally
on.
that's literally all it is going to be. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. I think that's it for Star Wars old stuff. Now we got a bunch of new stuff announced. We did
Star Wars
Andor, we did Ahsoka, we did Mandalorian and Grogu. Let's do Darth Maul animated series. What do we think about this? Is it going to be animated like the Clone Wars? Or is it going to look different? Is it going to look like our Star Wars? I need another Star Wars Visions. I need a season 3 of
Okay,
Visions,
that was pretty
the
cool, yeah.
anthology series, which was dope. It's called Maul, Shadow Lord.
It's about him working at the mall as a teenager.
Maul. Darth Maul.
Maul's Mall.
Yeah, he's working at the Orange Julius in the mall in the 80s. Yeah. Does Darth Maul talk? I don't know what
think
Darth
he does
Maul
in
sounds
the
like.
extended, yeah, like the cartoon and all the stuff they did. I know he doesn't say anything in episode 1.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be
'Cause
all
he's, like,
mysterious.
badass,
Yeah, he
yeah.
talks in Clone Wars for
Mhm.
sure. And he just has a deep breath.
Hello,
I'm
Yeah.
Darth Maul. Like when he talks. I got 2 lightsabers. Hooey.
He was a cool character,
He's
but I don't.
dope, but he's like Boba Fett. Like,
He's like, yeah, what's
yeah.
like? Well, stop trying to create.
is this pre or post Spider Legs? When he gets his bottom half cut off and comes back in Star Wars Clone Wars with
They
Spider
set it up
Legs.
because they say Sith have powers in a way around the death.
Yeah, sure. The series was revealed in the final minutes of a panel spotlighting the 20th anniversary of Lucasfilm Animations. So
Okay.
that's why.
All
So we get a new series from that. I still want to know if it's going to look like
Lucas,
Clone Wars are not,
probably.
like new Clone Wars, but Visions didn't. Visions wasn't that like
No, they did a bunch of different stuff.
3D animation. It was a different animation every time. So like, I don't know. I'm okay with this. We get Maul all over the place though. Like they're oversaturating Darth Maul.
So they find a character that still works.
Look what happened when they gave Boba Fett his own show. No one talks about Boba Fett anymore because you actually filled in his fucking backstory. Like the whole point about Boba Fett was like nobody knew anything.
Mysterious bounty.
Nobody knew anything.
It was just the guy.
The more we talked about this, the more you give us upfront lore, the less I care about the mystery or speculating on our own.
Yeah,
like whatever we can come up with as a backstory, whatever blanks we fill in will be better than the blanks they fill in.
Yeah.
You know,
breadcrumbs are all we want to give.
I just need little nuggets. You know, I don't need to know who Boba Fett is.
That's
like,
the payout.
Yeah,
you're giving me the payout.
Yeah,
before,
I don't want to know. I don't want to know the payout. Okay, that's it for our animated series. Blah, 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 blah.
Disney Plus is too much Star Wars. Guys.
Sean Levy is set to direct Star Wars Starfighter. I think is a bit redundant.
Just could call it
Starfighters.
A Star Wars story. I guess we're back to that now.
Yeah, pilots. It's like planes. It's like planes, but it's with Star Destroyers. It's like cars, but with Star Wars vehicles.
The Star Wars universe.
Not a bad idea, right?
We're gonna get there.
Not a bad idea. We get plain lightsabers.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is the Ryan Gosling thing. The title of the next Star Wars theatrical film to go into production was just announced on the first day of Star Wars Celebration Japan with a surprise visit from Ryan Gosling and the director. Ryan Gosling is joining the Star Wars galaxy in a new film directed by Sean Levy. There's been multiple reports on this movie just being called Star Wars, and then it be calling Star Wars Starfighter. So maybe those are just placeholder names. Also,
That's
Taika
true.
Waititi was supposed to direct a Star Wars movie.
He was supposed to get one too, yeah.
But
no update there.
We didn't hear anything about that, or I couldn't find the story at least.
Yeah, it's probably not.
Or no one cares about Taika Waititi.
Or it might not be happening now.
Yeah, it might not be.
They hate him for Thor 4.
Yeah, but our flag means death.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Unceremoniously canceled. Our flag means death.
If I already have a feeling that Ryan Gosling is, they're gonna cast him as a Han Solo type, and I feel like that's the wrong move.
Yeah.
If anything, make him a Jedi, which is
set approximately 5 years after the events of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Gosling will play a brand new character teased by the actor's appearance on stage. Tagline: "These aren't the droids you are looking for."
Oh, so going to be like a humanoid droid? That's
okay with
super
that.
realistic.
No, you got to show his bod. Oh, he's like an android.
Like a Terminator style
like
android.
a synth. Like a synth. He's a replicant because he was in 2049. Maybe he was a replicant. I don't know. I didn't watch 2049 because I'm not a fan of Ryan Gosling. Yeah, that's I'm not, but you know.
It's the oversaturation to me is still.
We don't
there.
need this much Star Wars. Like, reel it in, guys.
Well, like it can just exist in the Star Wars universe. I feel like without it needing to be a big ordeal and have Star Wars days and all this. They've established a universe,
right?
So just make the movies in that universe. I don't know. When I was a kid, I loved Star Wars.
Yeah, but now it's become oversaturated and they filled in the mystery too much. Yeah, they've introduced so many things that tied just back to fucking Luke Skywalker.
It's not the same as the comics because the comics already exist. There's 80 years of backstory in these comics.
Yeah.
They still haven't touched the surface of what they could do. Star Wars, you took 3 movies, turned it into 6, and then added a couple cartoon shows, and then added a couple more things, and then added a couple more things, and then added a couple more things. And now you're like...
Like, the prequels were fine, then we got Clone Wars, and now we're getting, like... Ahsoka gets her own show. Obi-Wan gets his own show. When the only one we want a show of is fucking Anakin, and he's just a vessel in other people's shows.
Well, yeah, the Obi-Wan thing should have been a movie.
Yeah.
And it could have been badass.
It would have been really good. Yeah.
They could have made a really good 2.5-hour Star Wars
Boogeyman
movie.
chick is fucking, you know, well, Leia still, you know. That worked. That plotline worked.
No,
it was just executed horribly.
Because it was a show.
Because it was a show.
And it went through the rewrites and everything.
Right.
So
So... I'm excited for Maul. Hopefully that doesn't kill too much of his character. I've got to make him relatable.
He's going to be at home, have a girlfriend, or a love interest.
Darth Mom is going to show up.
Darth Mom!
Go to your room. Yeah. He's like spider crawling on the fucking walls.
You fighting with that Obi-Wan
All right,
again?
that's it for Star Wars. In a galaxy far, far away, we're getting 7,000 movies, so...
Maybe Disney's strategy is flood the zone
the market
with Star Wars so Marvel looks good again.
Yeah.
Because they're only doing 2 or 3 movies a year.
Gotta put
over
out
here.
some stankers.
Right.
They're like, I see your 2 to 3 movies and raise you 7.
Yeah, what if we did?
Yeah, what if we did exactly the same amount of TV and movie projects that Marvel does, but with Star Wars, but with a less expanded on universe? Like,
Right, and the shitty thing, and I know you're trying to wrap this up, but like they had all that extended lore in the books, and they just said,
yeah, it doesn't count, but it could. Yeah, but it doesn't.
But it
no,
should
but
have.
it should though. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you pull from that, and then people are interested again because all you're doing Knights of the Old
What
Republic
about Luke?
stuff.
What about those 10 minutes that Luke wasn't on screen? What about those? Huh?
It's exactly. Remember when he goes to take a piss? We're gonna do a whole movie on his way to the bathroom.
What about when he doesn't show up for a scene or two? What's he doing there? You know, we gotta know.
I mean, wouldn't you take a Knights of the Old Republic movie? Like
Yes,
the founding
that's
of
what
the
I'm saying.
Jedi Order.
Like, that's why I'm like, when we read Star Wars Starfighter is gonna be 5 years after, I'm like, go back. Like, go back.
You ruin the future.
You have to go back. Like, go before Phantom Menace. Like, we've done one thing that's been, like, before Phantom Menace. Like, we have to go
You're
back.
right. The farther you go, the worse it gets. Mandalorian happens right after Return of the Jedi, and that's it.
Expand on the shit we know
Don't go
about.
any more past that.
Yeah.
You're right. Go the other way.
Go the other way. You're going the wrong. It's
You're
the
filling in
planes, trains, auto. You're going the wrong way. Or those.
Like you're right. They're filling in the lore, but they're doing it wrong.
They're doing it poorly.
Like I want to see. I don't care about Boba Fett's backstory.
No.
I want to see how the Jedi and the Sith formed
Right.
and became mortal enemies 2,000 years ago or whatever.
Right.
Like where's that story?
I know. Yeah.
No, we're gonna give you a Ryan Gosling, and he's gonna be a starfighter. Like, okay.
It's like the last
But
Starfighter.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
what I think of every time. They already blew it. They could have done the Finn thing.
Yep. We didn't do that.
And went down that whole what it's like to be an actual stormtrooper.
Not going to explore that
and
at all.
they do that away.
The new trilogy was like the superstore of Star Wars movies.
What?
No character development. None.
All these like cool plot threads that go absolutely nowhere.
Rey Skywalker. What? That's the most undeserved scene.
dun.
Yeah, that's the most undeserved scene in any fucking Star Wars, in any movie.
It goes against the entire trilogy and that last movie about how it doesn't matter who you, oh my god. Don't get
Rey
me started.
Skywalker. I have a yellow lightsaber now. Cool, Daisy Ridley, you're never going to play this character, literally ever again.
Supposedly, they've been working on a movie for her now for 5 years.
She gonna show up in a Ryan Gosling
Oh,
movie?
God.
You know, she might. It's 5 years. That's not a long time.
No, no one wants to. It would be different if this sequel trilogy that came out would have been amazing.
Yeah.
And they nailed it.
The Force Awakens was close.
It was in a vacuum.
And it's just
We've
New
talked
Hope
about
again.
that.
It's just
in
a
a
remake,
vacuum. It's
yeah.
great, but then when you start to, you're like, wait a minute.
But then they did the director thing, like
And then
Disney
they switched
didn't know.
everybody. No,
they didn't know
they
what
blew
they
it.
wanted.
So they don't
yeah.
care. You don't care. No one cares.
Right. Right.
If they would have handled, let's kill all the main characters off from the original universe, but keep making stories about
But also,
it.
they're never gonna meet. They're never gonna reunite. We're never gonna get a cool scene where they all reunite.
It's so sad to think that they had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in cinema to do something, and they just tripped all over their dick.
Nah. Yeah.
We're gonna keep going though. No one wants that.
No.
Like
No.
I thought Mandalorian would reset. It takes place like 10 years or whatever, 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Nope, Luke.
Let's just even if they throw Luke in there, but I mean
Yeah.
like that's where you pick up from there and go.
Yeah.
Not.
I know.
So,